Yeah, hi Dave. This is Mike, and we're going to give you a quick little demonstration of this turbine and disc mounting procedure. I'm sure you guys have been doing this a lot of years. You guys might just have a little different setup, so maybe this pictures and video will expose something that we're not on the same page. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is inspect the taper on your shaft. There's no real good way to measure it except that make sure that the threads look about like this. And what typically happens is the shoulder on the nut bottoms out on this shoulder on this shaft if the bore of the disc is too large or worn. But that does not seem to be the case in either one of these discs. So what I'm going to do is I put this disc on this shaft, I want you to look and see the gap between the shaft and this outer edge of the disc. As you can see, it's about flush or slightly below. That means when you tighten the nut on there, it's going to force the disc onto that taper. Your nut may look slightly different than this. Ransburg made a couple different styles, but the dimension here is all we're concerned about. So now when we take this disc off, I didn't mount it tightly on purpose, but this is the disc in question, the one that I had sent you that looks like you might have used it a little bit or somebody used it, but when we make sure this taper is nice and clean, and as you put it on, you'll see that our bore is actually smaller than your sample, which means it'll actually tighten on there better. So when we put this nut on here, see, mine is the spanner wrench, yours may be an Allen wrench, but the important thing is when you tighten it up, there is a torque specification on this. And you tighten it up, it forces that taper onto the shaft, and you don't have to over tighten it because the clockwise rotation of this turbine will force the nut tighter in this case. You never want to run a counterclockwise turbine with the wrong. But we set them up here. Long as the right shaft goes with the right turbine, it should never loosen up. So as you can see, that's very tight. There's no way that's going to come off. Now in removal, okay, that was about right. Take your nut off. And you could see that is very, very tight on there. I can't remove that by hand because it's wedged on the taper. So I use the special puller, which I'm sure you guys have. And you tighten this ring, and you could see there was a tremendous force that this was stuck on that shaft. But let's take a look at this video and give me a call when you guys have looked this over, and maybe we can come to some conclusion on why yours is not tightening up. Okay, thanks.